Hi, my name is Ludas Butkus, and in this video I'm going to review Siacoin, and I'm also going to compare it to Storj, which is a very similar product. Chances are you learned about Sia and you landed on this video because you're a crypto enthusiast and you found Siacoin on a crypto market page, and you saw that it is ranked 25. And you got interested what it is all about. And in this video I'm going to reveal all the details that you need to know whether you should invest in this or not. So Sia, it is a cloud storage product just like Dropbox, Google Drive, etc. But it is decentralized, meaning that it has tons of servers and they are not all owned by the same company. Actually, there's this network where you and I can join. I could plug my computer into that network and use it as a server to lend out the storage space on my computer. So I would just plug it in and I would make money out of that. So for example, a person wants to store some files on this network. So it comes, uploads their files, and the files get copied at least several times for safety reasons. And they can also be split into smaller pieces, and then they will be encrypted and sent out to all these different nodes that they are plugged into the system. So not a single node owner can actually see your files because they are encrypted. And this is the basic idea how the decentralized cloud storage works. So how the market looks like in the cloud storage space. You all know about Dropbox. It has nearly 50% of the market share. Google Drive around 27%. It's quite strange why it is so low, because basically every single user of Google products has a Google Drive account as well. Then there's OneDrive with 50%, which is by Microsoft. Now before we go into more technical details, I want to get a look at the prices. So Siacoin has a price of nearly 1 cent a coin, and the market cap is around $250 million, which is huge for a company that doesn't really have a ready-made product that can be easily used by everyday users, and it doesn't really have any mainstream adoption. Storj, that we are going to compare Sia with, has a market cap of 27 million, so Sia is basically 10 times bigger than Storj. And how does it all compare to the real market? Well, in a recent article, Dropbox was evaluated at around 3.3 billion or $3.5 billion. So Sia is now worth 250. If we divide 3.5 billion by 250, that's around 14 times less. So that's pretty decent. I think it's still rather inflated, but well, you know, everything in crypto space right now is kind of inflated. But it was even bigger. Not that long ago, one Siacoin was worth around 2 cents. So the market cap would be 500 million, and that would only be 7 times less than Dropbox, which has 50% of the whole cloud storage market share. So that's super inflated in my opinion. And Storj only has 27, so 140 times less than Dropbox valuation. So And that's that in the crypto space. So next I want to show you the pricing of the storage. What is the competitive advantage of these products? Now, in my opinion, the encryption of all the files that you put in the servers is a major feature, because if I'm not mistaken, if someone gets into a Google server or a Dropbox server, they could potentially see all the files and get information of everything that is stored at the time on that server, and that would be a huge data breach, and a lot of negative press would go around. Of course, Google has firewalls, etc., and some security measures to prevent that, but encryption is much more powerful. Also, decentralization is another very powerful feature, because if one server goes down, there's some problems in the network. It might be harder to retrieve your files, but when it's all decentralized, it's very unlikely that a ton of servers will go down at the same time. And also, when there are ton of servers, you can get the ones that are near you, and the download speed might be much faster. So these are two important features. I'm not sure if it's a huge deal breaker for enterprise businesses, and probably not at all for regular users. Maybe encryption is, but I think the main deal is pricing. Let's get down to the calculator. So, how many terabytes do you want to store? Let's say 1 terabyte, and that would cost you $2 per month on Sia, and for bandwidth it would cost you $1. Let's just leave the bandwidth part right now. So it would cost you $2. On Amazon it would cost you $23. On Google Cloud it would cost you $20, and on Microsoft Azure it would cost you $24. This is for Siacoin. And if we would go on Storj, let's go down 1 terabyte of storage, and let's do bandwidth 0, it would be $15. So if we would put this in this table, it would be in the middle of Sia and Amazon at $15. Well, the difference is not that huge for Storj, but on Sia it's more than 10 times. If we compare with Google Cloud, it's 10, and that's 11, then that's 12 times cheaper. 12 times cheaper is a huge feature and a huge selling point for a software product, because if you're paying thousands of dollars, you might be only paying hundreds of dollars if you go to Sia and host your files. Now, for regular users, it's all about usability. If it's easy to use, they are going to use it, even if there is a cheaper product like Sia, but if it's hard to use, they're not going to use it. So, in my opinion, these products right now are only attractive to enterprise users, enterprise businesses, because they are still very complicated to use, and it will only make sense for them to hire an IT person who would set all the things up, and then they could save money on that. But for regular users, as I'm going to show you right now, it's not really fun to use these products right now. But I'm really hoping that in the future they will make these products much better, and they will get their mainstream adoption, and then the valuations that we saw here will actually make sense, and they will start to rise even. So, firstly I want to show you the app. for Siacoin. Siacoin, as you can see, has files if you want to host files, hosting if you want to have your server, and there's a wallet, which is basically you can do transactions also with this product. In my opinion, Sia is relying too much on the blockchain. To use Sia, you actually need to download the whole blockchain, at least for now, and this is a huge deal breaker right now. I had to download, I think the blockchain probably is around 20 gigabytes, and I'm all still synchronizing. I had synchronized it to the top, and after a few weeks I still need to synchronize again. So if you would want to continue using Sia, you would actually need to be synchronizing it over and over again, which for regular users would be too much of a pain to use it. And as you can see, I'm at 95% synchronized, and it would take at least 2 or 3 more days to get it up to 100%. So it's really bad. Also, if you want to use Sia, you need to buy Sia coins. So if you wanted to upload, you're not going to pay in cash. You will firstly need to get Siacoin and spend that to be able to upload your files. So that's, again, very, very bad in my opinion. If you want to be a host and make money, you actually need to spend money to make money. You need at least 2,000 Siacoin, which is right now $20 worth of Siacoin for you to start hosting. So that's kind of a bummer, I guess, but in another hand, it actually grows the value of the Siacoin, which is good for people who have invested and are holding the coins to make money. Well, that's me, and that's why I like Siacoin more than Storj. And if we go to Storj, Storj is a bit different. It has divided its product into 2 parts, one for regular users who want to host their files, and the other if you want to be a server and make money by hosting files. Now, I haven't talked about how much you can make for being a host, well, because I'm not really sure, but the amounts are very small, and it's basically not really worth doing that unless you have a computer that's just sitting there doing nothing, though I'm not really sure if electricity would pay off. So that computer should be doing at least something. If it's mining or etc., you would use it then. But right now there's too much storage space for these products. There in that network there are too many hosts, and there's not enough payment for the hosts. So I have logged into the Storj account. So you create a bucket, and to upload files to this bucket, you will actually need to use FileZilla. A FileZilla, an FTP server client, which is very technical. On C, at least after you synchronize, you just go here, buy some Sia coins, and you can upload your files. But here you will need to use a FTP server or a community graphical user interface client, which is still in alpha version, though I hope when it's made it will be much better than a FileZilla, but it's still in progress. So you would need to use FileZilla to upload your files. Yet again, this might be very good for enterprise clients, but not for everyday users who would need to go for several cents savings to try these things out and learn a lot of technical stuff. And the second part of the Storj software is the Storj share, where you create a server, and it's actually very easy. To sign up, you need to have a Ethereum wallet. You get paid in Ethereum for storing files. You then set up a few things, a folder where to host your files, how much space do you want to give out, and then it starts. And if you want, I can show you the folder. There's some database information over here, and here you have the files, and as you can see, you can't really understand anything right here what it is. I'm not really sure if anything is actually hosted right here, or does it create these things automatically when you create that host file. But in my opinion, I'm not going to be earning anything, basically, because there's, as I read some statistics, at least for Sia, there's only around 10% or 20% of storage being used compared to how much there is in the whole network. But this was a very pleasant app for creating your host server, and it's much more attractive than Sia, where you would need to download the whole blockchain. So there are different pluses and minuses for both products. Another thing that I want to mention at the end of this video is that around the development of ASICs for Siacoin. An ASIC is a hardware product that allows for better mining, and this ensures a stable network for Siacoin, and actually it's a huge deal. Storj doesn't have anything, and there's not that many cryptocurrencies that have ASICs. Bitcoin has ASICs, and I'm not too sure what could I mention else. So that's a pretty huge deal, I guess. So in conclusion, Siacoin is 10 times more valuable than Storj. Also, Siacoin value is likely to increase because it is needed for the use of the product. There are some interesting stats about Storj. If we go to their page, I wasn't able to find anything similar for Sia right now. If we go to the website of Storj, I hope I will be able to find it quickly. In community, I think it was over here. Nope. Okay, well, I think I'll skip this thing unless it's over here. No. So overall, Sia has a huge market cap, a lot of money for development. Storj also has considerable amount of money to spend for development. If I had to pick which product I like more, well, it would be Storj, because this hosting a server was really easy. I'm not a huge fan of downloading and synchronizing the whole blockchain. This is why this is a huge minus, though I hope they will be able to build on top of that and then eliminate the need of synchronizing, because it's a huge pain. But still there needs to be some development into the app for uploading files on Storj, and on Sia, if you already synchronized it, it's much better. So it's really so-so, and it's hard to tell. I have invested in Sia, but not in Storj. We'll see how the development goes, though in my opinion, Sia has a bigger price advantage, and that could be a huge catalyst for growth, because it's much easier to attract enterprise level clients when you're offering services at 10 times cheaper. And with Storj, the prices are quite similar. There's a 7-cent difference here and 7-cent difference between these two. So it's hard to tell. So wrapping it up, in my opinion, Sia has a lot more development happening, and I hope it will do some things like Storj and split the app into two for hosting. For hosting, I think it is definitely a good thing if you need a blockchain, a synchronization. That would make sense, but for regular users, that's too much pain for adopting the platform. So, hope this video was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next one.